This is a classic example of what Morris Allen taught me. Make the technique work for you. Make your Judo work for you. Make your Sambo work for you. Whatever it is, make the technique for you. So block, cut, he squares up, hits, boom, right in there. See how I followed right through? Now, Donnie fought as a lightweight, and I'm considerably larger, but it was the same type of knee drop seoi nage. It was the same type of come in deep with a lot of hips. Rotation was really important. Knees to one side, butt to the other, and spin and throw them over us. We didn't just flop down, and our knees were always together, okay? If you flop down and your knees are wide, all kinetic energy is going straight down to the floor of the mat and not spinning and throwing them over you. It doesn't matter what size you are, you could do a good knee drop. Okay, you can really do a good knee drop. So look guys, when you're doing your knee drop, and I'm going to show you how I like to do it, but see the differences here, seriously, but you'll see a lot of similarities, okay? He did use more of a Morote seoi nage a lot.
When I was a little kid.
When you were a little kid.
When my elbows bent like that.
Yeah, right. But it depends on the situation. And so let's take it out of this situation where you did your hip block and lock him away, and he squares back up. It's the perfect time to hit him with a knee drop seoi nage, and that's why I started showing it tonight. So let's look at that again, and then see how Eric will square up after a hip block him. Okay, so he blocks. He comes in here, he attacks him to this side here, and cuts the block. Okay, just sit it. Just sit it. Hit me. Bang. Cut it. Can you ever see that? How we cut here? So when he comes in this way, and I cut it. Not so our belt, same direction. Now I happen to be grabbing here. This is my grip. I would prefer to have this grip, but I didn't have that when he attacked. So this is what I've got. This is what I'll stay with. Okay. So when he come in, and he's coming, and boom, cut away. All right. Bam. I hit. I cut away, and I stopped his throw in its tracks. Okay. Now he may react different ways, but most of the time, the skilled opponent will square back up because he wants to get back in the fight. Okay? He wants to come at you again. So that's probably what he's going to do. It may not always what he's going to do, so you got to be prepared for other things too. But that's what we're looking at here. So that's where we're coming. So he attacks me, cut away, he squares back up. Okay? And when he does square back, come back here just a second. Okay? When he does square back up, here's my grip. Don't try to re-grip. That's going to take too long and I lost control of him. Okay, now I'm going to dive right through and hit him with that knee drop. This is the perfect opportunity because look, he's weight's kind of forward. There's space there. It's the perfect opportunity. Perfect opportunity. So let's do it again. He comes in and block, boom, cut away. He squares back up. Now what I'm going to dive right in, and when I dive right in, come here. Let's just stand there so you can get a better view of the camera here. So when you're going to come back in, see my knees are to the left, my butt's to the right. And I was holding here. Now, it's not always my natural grip that I like, but I locked him in tight for the seoi nage, and I'm ready to throw him. And I'm not flopped down, I'm not flopped on my toes like this, my feet. I'm on my toes, and I can drive off of them, okay? So, he's coming in, boom, cut, squares up, I come right in. And it's hard not to throw the guy, okay? All right, and that's how you swing back in. That momentum, that torque is amazingly hard for him to resist. It's just like he just sucks right into it. And it really does work quite well. Okay? So block, cut, he squares up, hits, boom, right in there. See how I followed right through? Go right to the mat. There are a lot of guys get thrown by that technique right there. And they think they're safe, they think they're out of danger, they blocked, or they came out of their attack, they're going to reconnect and try to hit you again. That's when you catch him. Okay? It's what the Japanese call Hando no Kazushi. I'm creating a reaction. I'm making him react to a move, and that's what it's called. I'm making him react, and reacting the way I want him to. Okay? So hip lock, cut away, he squares up again. This is one thing. They might not always square up, but in this case, he did, and that's probably what they most often will do, okay? Everybody got that? All right, let's work on that. We're gonna come back, and we'll have Coach Hinchcliffe show his, because he clocked a lot of guys with Knee Drop Seoi Nage in his career, for a fact, so we'll work on that. So
It's not gonna be really a whole lot different from what Steve showed you. He did a real nice job at that. But the thing that I think of when he comes in and I do that hip twist with the bump, I think about cutting away. Well, if he comes in this way,
You want that stuff?
I really don't care. If he comes in this way, I've got his lapel. And that's what Steve was talking about earlier, about, hey, he likes this grip, so you throw your left side upon Seoi Nage. Okay, if he goes this way, right? If he goes this way, you've got his sleeve. Okay, so I don't care whichever way you want to go, we'll go left side. Okay, so he comes in for his throw that way. I'm gonna go ahead, put it, come on in. I'm gonna cut away. Right, as I cut away, I'm keeping this grip. As he squares back up because he wants to get his hand back on me. Right, he wants to come in and grab me. He wants to get back a hold of me. Well, when he doesn't have his hand on me and he's only got one, that's my opportunity, and if I miss it, shame on me. I should never miss that opportunity when he doesn't have this hand on me to stop me from turning in now for a left side throw, okay, forward throw, okay, whatever it is, okay, and we'll just make it Seoi Nage, all right? So he comes in, boom, cut away, and you can fit so far underneath him, it takes really not any effort to throw. So boom, he squares away, and that creates the space, but he's coming to my strong side now for a forward left side throw. Okay? It's the same thing if we go the other direction like we were doing just a minute ago. So we're here, he pops in, boom, boom. And we can do the same thing, exactly the same thing. Okay, when he comes in for his right side, boom, cut away. He comes back up. He's coming up, and he's not going to just come up and hang out there. He's coming up to come around and get a hold of me again. Okay, and that's what I want, really. Steve talks about using what he's doing. We're setting him up to throw him. And we're using what he gives us, what we want him to give us, is we want him to come back and try to get a hold of us so that he moves to my strong side for that right side throw. So we'll do it the same way. Boom.
We're going for this side?
And it just looks about the same. But you just got to remember, you got to create that space. Okay? Come on in the side. Boom. If I leave him in here tight and try to throw without him creating that space, I don't have the space to turn in. And I can't pull that throw on. If he stays in here and comes around, I don't have that space. I've got to create that space. And that's what Steve was talking about when he comes in, pushing him out. So I create that space. And then we got to turn all the way around, drop in on both knees, here with our knees together, facing that way, our hip here. I want to get way under him here though. I'm not staying out here. I'm getting way under him here, where I'm in between his legs. So when he comes down here, he has to roll. Okay? All right, so we'll look at that one more time.